Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. Today I'm going to do something a little different as I try to expand my channel a little bit, make things different, switch it up a little, and if you guys do enjoy this video, please let me know because I will make more. But I'm going to start out by asking you guys, do any of you ever search your classifieds for dinosaur toys? You know, I'm an adult, I get that, but I've been in love with dinosaurs since I was a child, so many of the older dinosaur toys and dinosaur figures have a place very close to my heart, especially older Jurassic Park figures and toys and things of that nature. So I'm consistently checking out the classifieds in my area to see what kind of great scores I can get when it comes to old dinosaur toys. And once in a while, I do come across a few little gems, at least what I consider gems, so I figured from time to time when I do find these good little collections of dinosaurs in my local classifieds, maybe I'll share them with you guys, because odds are I'm probably not ever going to review them since there's really not much of a point. There are mostly older dinosaur toys that are not going to be for sale ever again, so might as well show you guys here. And yeah, so yesterday I did go and grab a few dinosaurs from somebody that was selling them. They were selling a whole lot of dinosaurs for $12. There's not too many and they're not that great. It was definitely well worth $12. So the very first one is this one, and I'm sure if you're around my age anyway, in your 30s, that at some point you had played with this as a child, because I know I did. This was one of my favorite dinosaur toys when I was a kid, so to be able to find this as an adult in pretty good shape is pretty cool to me. I don't know exactly what brand made it, but as you can see, it's got that awesome old school T-Rex look that I personally do love because that's what I grew up with. So finding this guy was pretty fun, and I've considered actually, I do still have the one from when I was a child, so I've considered maybe repainting this one or the other one, whatever one is in worse shape. I'm not positive which one, and maybe trying to give it more of a realistic look, because it'd be fun to see this classic old toy painted as a real dinosaur. But that's just me, something that I've just thrown around in my head. Don't know if I'm going to actually do that. Another classic from a time gone by is this guy. I'm sure most of you at some point had owned this one as well, and I also did. Definitely got many hours of play out of this dinosaur toy when I was a kid. I believe he's released by a company called Imperial, but I could be wrong on that. I'm not 100% as to whether that is the company that released him, but I'm pretty sure that is. But again, nice old school look to this T-Rex, and a toy that I played with many times as a child. They also gave me this goofy little Spinosaurus keychain that I know absolutely nothing about. It no longer works, but you can see you push on his back, his mouth opens, and he, I guess, has a little light in there, and he's supposed to make sound, but clearly his batteries are dead, and he no longer works. And they also gave me this guy, a nice little, well, little foot, and it's a little wind-up toy. I'm not really too big on these silly toys, but, you know, The Land Before Time was another one of those movies that definitely had a very close place to my heart because I grew up watching it. So he's pretty cool, but this little thing, I'm not so sure on. And although I guess you could consider him a dinosaur, and trust me, I am a huge fan of Godzilla, they also included this guy, although I'm not so sure, as most people are that do like Godzilla, if you would even consider this thing a Godzilla, because this is from that 1998, I believe it was, Godzilla movie with Matthew Broderick, which it was more or less just a giant iguana, not Godzilla. But either way, he was labeled as Godzilla, so I guess that's what I have to term him. But I don't ever even recall seeing this toy before. He's got a articulated jaw, and his arms and legs do move, but he's in such a strange position you can't really move him around too much. But heck, if it's a dinosaur or anything dinosaur related, I'll take it. I was also lucky enough to get two older Safari LTD figures, two older Safari Limited, and it is the Dilophosaurus and an old Allosaurus. And surprisingly, both are in pretty good shape. There's not too much as far as missing paint on them, so that was definitely a plus. I did already have that old Dilophosaurus, but I never had this Allosaurus, and I was always curious as to how he would look in person. Well, now I got a chance to get him. Thank you, classifieds, because anything Safari Limited to me is a plus. They also included this old school AAA Stegosaurus, which I personally do like. I think he's got an awesome old school look, and the paint is quite interesting, makes him look pretty good. And I always had a soft spot for the old AAA figures because, again, it's another type of dinosaur figure that I played with often as a child. There was also the Disney's Dinosaur Brachiosaurus. I believe this one here was a toy from McDonald's, but I could be wrong on that, although I'm pretty sure actually. So he's actually in pretty decent shape. He only has a few little paint chips, and I actually have like 3 or 4 of these now, because one thing that seems to always show up whenever I do find these little lots of dinosaurs in the classifieds is a Disney's Dinosaur Brachiosaurus from McDonald's. But heck, I'll take it, and I've actually considered repainting him as well, just because, you know, it'd be fun and it'd be interesting to see what it would look like with an actual realistic look, and I've had so many of these already that I think I could afford to repaint one. So that might be something I'll do in the future. Then there was this crazy little Allosaurus, which if any of you actually know anything about this, please let me know, because I know nothing at all about him. He's an interesting looking little guy, but I don't know anything about him. He does have that fun old school feel, so obviously I've got a soft spot for him in my heart, but I don't know anything at all about this Allosaurus. And now the fun part, which is the whole reason that I consistently go looking for these. If I see a dinosaur lot in the local classifieds, I will see them often, but the thing that'll drive me to actually go purchase them is if I see some older Safari Limited figures or Jurassic Park figures. And this did include 5 different Jurassic Park figures. None that are super special, but definitely would fall into the line of worth $12. And the first one was this guy. I did have this guy when I was a child as well. He's not in the best shape. He's got some paint chips pretty much all over. And unfortunately, they must have had a dog, because he chewed off his finger, which drives me a little bit crazy. But since I did already have him from when I was a kid, I may end up just repainting him just to see what he looks like with a more realistic Jurassic Park type paint. But I don't know if I can bring myself to actually repaint a classic Jurassic Park figure, so we'll see. Although this chipped finger here, this loss of a finger, will drive me a little bit crazy when it comes to him. I also got a Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus, which I actually did not have this guy before, and this thing is quite nice. I will say that straight off the bat. He's beautiful looking, aside from his awfully short tail. But the thing that really impresses me the most about this one is that I bought this, obviously, like I said, from the classifieds, from some random person in the area, and this thing looks like they literally just opened it from the box and pulled it out and gave it to me, because he is just in perfect condition. He does not have a paint chip on him. The only thing that I can say that is proof that he was used was that his batteries are dead and he no longer makes noise, but I'd imagine with some batteries being replaced, he'll work again perfectly. Another one that's really cool that I never owned before was a Tanistropheus. I believe that's how you say his name. I could be wrong. Probably am wrong, actually. But this guy also looks like he literally was never played with. He's in perfect condition. Not a single paint chip on him anywhere that I can see. So again, an awesome find as far as my opinion goes in Jurassic Park figures. And this Velociraptor, which I did have as a child and I do still own, but I think the one that I have him in storage, so I haven't seen him in a while, but I think the one I have is a different paint scheme. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. So if this is an alternate paint scheme, it's just also another awesome piece to add to the collection that I didn't have before. And the final dinosaur is this. Until I went and picked this up, I had never heard of Jurassic Park making this, but apparently the Jurassic Park toys were made into an Amargasaurus, and as soon as I saw him, I'm like, wow, a Jurassic Park figure, this thing's crazy. I didn't know if it was some kind of crazy hybrid or what it was supposed to be, and then I looked it up, and apparently it's an Amargasaurus, and I do love Amargasaurus, so it's awesome that they made one, regardless of how absolutely insane looking this thing is, and he does still work. As you can see, all of his moving parts still move. So yeah, pretty awesome. So there you go, guys, for $12. That is a lot of dinosaurs and a totally awesome pickup in my opinion. If you guys did like this video, please let me know, and I will make more showing you guys plenty more of my classified finds. And yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.